Hey Wastelanders, this is Gary from The Last Ranger, and I'm going to be covering the CJRB Tigris. This is a loaner from Goondocks. His channel will be in the description, but he's also under the 1K wall, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to him because he's a wonderful person because he loaned me this knife and he asked for a dye job on the scales. This scales used to be a white in color and his blue jeans were staining the scales, and he asked for a dye job, so I did him a dye job. It's kind of a goes from a crimson to a reddish color. I'm going to buy this knife eventually, and I'll probably do me a dye job on there, but I want the black blade version, so with the black clip. Yeah, I really like this knife, and I didn't intend to do this many videos on this knife, but I really like this knife and I fell in love with it, so it'll be sad to see it go, but I want Goondocks to get it back because I want him to let me know if he liked the scale dye job. I loved it, but I'm very infatuated with red and orange and like bright colors too. Anyway, so this is the RP9 steel that Artisan came up with, or CJRB. I think it's the same company, so I'll tag my sizes and dimensions on the end. I did this separately, but I use my gift from Jim, my digital electronic calipers. Thanks, Jim, again. So, yeah, I liked carrying the knife. I really loved carrying it. If you see the clip, it's super. It's not like the best. It's like loose. I mean, it's not loose on the back end or anything, but it's just, I don't know how to explain it. You can it easily flexes, and I don't know if it's when I carried it a few days, if it loosened up, like extended. I don't think it did. It's like it moved like outwards, and I hope I didn't damage it, but I just carried it regularly, and maybe it being too heavy for the knife made it like this. I don't know. I would, if you're listening, Goondocks, I would request a new clip for this. I don't think this clip is, I don't think it's very sturdy. It's like I don't know. Try it out when you get it, but I'm pretty sure Artisan or CJRB can send you a new clip for this knife. But I would change out the clip if it was me, and I would request it. And if you want me to request a clip, I can too. Other than that, I like the knife. I like the shape of the clip, and I like how the clip looks. It just seems like it's not sturdy enough. Anyway, the only thing other that I wanted to mention is during my process of taking the knife apart and then putting it back together. It was easy to take apart. I had to heat the scales, 2 screws on either side of these this metal liner. So there's 4 screws that hold the liner to the backspacer. This backspacer is sweet, by the way. And so it's kind of weird when you take it apart. You can take the pivot out and take these 2 top red scales off. It would be white or blue in your case, and you can take that part. You can take when you take the pivot out, you can just slide all the guts of the knife out. But if you want to take it properly apart and put it properly back together, you have to take at least one side of this scales apart. So when you put it back together, you have to take this apart. Then if you want to do a proper job, clean up the blade and clean up the pivot, and then put the knife together regularly with the 2 pieces, and then don't attach anything, the screws or anything. Slide the pivot in, tighten up the pivot, but not very tight, because you have to push the scales to the side and push the scales to the other side, and then you have to screw the liner to the back spacer, and then you can slide the scales around and put the screws in the handle, these screws, and attach the pocket clip. It's a little tricky to get it back together, and I probably didn't explain it right, but if any of you encounter a CJRB Tigris and you have a problem putting it back together or taking it apart, you can ask me questions. I can probably explain them. I probably have to write out the explanation, but this is a great knife, and I really fell in love with it during the time I carried it. And I mean, I don't have any CJRBs. I had the CJRB Mangrove, and for me the Mangrove was a disaster. I really didn't like the knife, but I like this knife. So if I buy the first CJRB knife, this knife would be the knife I bought. So I like this knife. I think it's well made. It looks good. It looks sexy. The only thing I would change is I would try to make the flipper tab a little bit less. Like I don't know if you could take an 1/8 of an inch or 3/16 of an inch and off there and still use it. I think it doesn't need to be this tall, because you press with your finger tab or finger in the tab, and it will open, because if you apply a lot of pressure, that's what's open it. If you just pull it, it will fail, like sometimes. But if you press hard, it will open. So it doesn't need to be that long. And the only thing I want to say, I wish that the flipper tab would end a little bit closer to the scales. JRB makes a new Tigris. I would reduce the flipper height, the flipper size. Other than that, I really like the knife. I mean, I still like the knife regardless. It's not that bad, or the flipper tab is not that jacked or long, but Anyway, thanks for loaning me the knife, Calvin, and I look forward to. I'll be sending it back Monday, and I look forward to you receiving it and let me know if you like the scale die job. And again, I don't know if I fatten the clip out or stretch the clip. I don't know if it was a little bit slimmer or a little bit narrower, but I didn't do anything to it. Maybe pocket carrying it like distorted it. I don't know. Let me know. I would request a new clip. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll send you a new clip. All right. Take care, Wastelanders. I'm going to do some measurements of this knife, the CJRB Tigris. And let's find out how long this blade is. The cutting edge is 3.5 inches. The cutting edge. And the blade itself is 3 5/8 inches. The handle measures 5 inches to this little backspacer, but it's 4 1/4 or 4 3/4 to this G10. So overall, the length is 8 3/8 inches, tip to back. With that out of the way, I've always been wondering how heavy this knife is. I don't think it for when I was carrying it in my pants, it didn't feel heavy. So I imagine it's over 5 ounces. Let's take a guess at over 5 ounces. I don't. Oh, okay. 6 3/8. 6.38 ounces. So pretty heavy. It looks like a chunk, but it really isn't. But anyway, let's oh, I got this new electronic digital calipers from Jim Shepard, one of my viewers like you. Okay, I've not read the instructions, but it seems like it's easy. It's just millimeters and inches. So let's use it for the first time ever. And when you flick this, you need to press down, and it will open. It doesn't have a super strong detent because of the blade size, but let's get a measure on this blade thickness of these new calipers. So it's 1.35 inches, and millimeters, it's 3.52 millimeters thick on the blade. Sweet. Let's do the blade, the thickness of the edge of the cutting edge. 0.03 inches and 0.079 millimeters. Oh, 0.79 millimeters, not 0.0. I don't measure in the metric, so if I make a mistake in metrics, forgive me. So I don't follow the metric system like you guys do. So the handle is 0.61, so that's a little bit thick. This handle has 2 parts. They have the black scale is, well, let's measure the black, if we can measure the black thickness of the scale. Try not to get, so the black is 0.46 under the ½ inch mark. When you add the extra scale thickness to that, it brings it over the ½ inch mark at 0.61. So I hope this was beneficial for someone. This knife feels great in the grip. So yeah, thanks again, Jim. I really appreciate the gift. I think it's a nice gift. It's like a nicest gift that a man could give a man. I really like tools, high quality tools, and I think this tool is a high quality tool. I don't know anything about Titan, but it seems like it's a high quality tool. I appreciate this gift. The extra battery fits there. I don't know if some tools supposed to fit there, but I really appreciate this gift. Thanks again, buddy. And now the banana versus the Tigris. Let's see if it passed the test. Quick test. Let's see it. Sweet. Passed the test. Tigris versus the banana.